Not really. I'm not a person who wants a farewell. I like to move on, and I never thought about a farewell game because it was important for me that when you are taking this call, you need to be sure and you need to move on as quickly as possible because if you stay attached to the game, if you keep thinking about stretching your career, then you can never take that call. So I thought that it's better to take a call now when I had a lot of clarity in my mind rather than dragging things forward. Honestly, at this stage, I haven't thought about the future. But one thing I've enjoyed for sure, which is the broadcasting work. I've been part of a couple of major series which India played, where I was commentating, and I've enjoyed my stints thoroughly. So I'll definitely continue doing that. When it comes to coaching or any work at the NCA, I'll be open to it. I haven't genuinely thought about it. Whenever there is any opportunity which arises, I'll try and take a call then. But as of now, I want to spend time with the family and enjoy a bit of off time from cricket. But at the same time, I've mentioned this earlier also that I would like to stay attached to the game. So in whatever manner I can contribute to the Indian cricket, I'll be more than happy to do so. It's a nice compliment from Virat. He's a great player, and if he's saying that if I made his life easier, I'm really proud because if you're a top order batsman, your job is to ensure that the rest of the batters who bats at number four, five, six, you make their life easier. That's my job, and it's a nice compliment from Virat because as a number three player, I always looked up to the openers in the Indian team. Whenever there was a good opening partnership, I always used to appreciate that because that made my life easier. So likewise, it's a nice compliment from Virat, and I appreciate it. Well, it's very hard to say at this stage, but Indian team has a lot of young, talented players. Someone like Sai Sudarshan has started this journey well. We saw some potential in his batting. At the same time, Karun Nair also scored a 50, though he was batting at number five. So it depends on what team management wants and who they are backing to bat at number three going forward. But there is a lot of potential in this current Indian side. And going forward, I'm sure the future is in great hands. But at the same time, just talking about number three, I think it'll be too early to figure out one player who will be cementing his place at number three. But yes, as I mentioned, Sai and Karun both have shown a lot of potential going forward. Well, it's hard to pick one series because both series has been incredible ones. I was able to contribute in both the series in different ways. Maybe number of runs were more in 2018, but the kind of team we were playing with in 2021, despite having so many difficulties, we were playing through COVID times. There were a lot of restrictions. There were so many changes within the team for various reasons. But whenever the young players got an opportunity, they performed really well. So to pick one particular series out of those two will be very difficult. But I will go year by year. And 2018 was the first time when India won the Test series on Australian soil. So that is one of the proudest moments for me individually, and even for all the team players who were part of it. And the next one in 2020 and 2021 was a entirely different series altogether, where things were not going India's way, and then still to manage to win test matches and win a test series over there was a fantastic achievement. Well, if you look at the kind of pitches we played in when we toured England in 2014, and then later on it was slightly better or easier to bat on. So the performance also improved of Indian team. Also at that time in 2014, the Indian team was going through a transition, and we were playing in England for the first time. South Africa, I think Indian team has a reasonable record. Even personally, I think I've batted well in South African conditions. But if I had to pick one country where things were really challenging, I would go with English conditions, especially in 2014, where we were less experienced. But as we kept on playing in England, the performances did get better. Countries in which I've contributed to the team's success because there are times where many batters, or you tend to as a batter you tend to focus on your hundreds. But for me, the fact that when I made a contribution of 92 in 2017 in the second test match at Bangalore, where we lost the first test match at Pune, and then we were put in a spot where we had to work really hard and on that victory. So that innings is probably one of my favorite one. Also 56 at Gaba, where my score wasn't on the higher side, but still I helped the team to win the game. So I'm proud about those stats. The satisfying moment, I would say that I was also given a stat where I've whenever I've scored more than 70 runs for the Indian team hasn't lost a game on 70 or 80% of the times, and that's the kind of stats you are proud about. The satisfying moment for me in the entire cricketing journey is to have represented the country in the ultimate format of the game. For more than 100 test matches, it's a proud moment for me to have played so many test matches and have been part of so many test victories. And My father told me this thing where he told me that whenever you are stepping out on the field, you are not just playing for yourself. You are representing the nation. You are playing for the millions and billions of cricket fans who are following cricket in India and abroad. So when you step on the field, you have a lot of responsibility, and you should be focused. And that's the thing which I'm proud of, because whenever I talk about my cricketing journey, or whenever I meet a cricket fan, they will always talk to me about the Indian team's victory where I've contributed, and that's the stat I'm proud of. I don't think I'm sad. I still feel even in the current era there is a scope for a classical test match player, but times have changed. Look, one needs to move on with the time. And if I had to tell anything to a young player, I would definitely say that you should choose playing all three formats of this game, because we are seeing more white ball cricket now. And even the players who are getting picked in the test squad are picked on their performances in the IPL, in the Indian T20 squad, or in the ODI squad. So when you perform well in the white ball cricket, you are automatically given a chance to represent the Indian Test team, and that's why their game is on the aggressive side. And that is not just in India, but across the world. If you look at the England team, if you look at the Australian team, many of their players are picked from their white ball performance. So the game is moving forward, and we also will have to move forward. So I'm not sad. I still feel that there are players like Abhimanyu Ashwaran, Karun Nair, who are performing well in Ranji Trophy, and getting their due credit to represent the Indian Test team. So there is still a scope for players who are doing well in Ranji Trophy and still getting picked in the Test squad. And if they carry on working on their game, I'm sure they will be successful at the highest level.